So like
Yeah,
basically like every
we just saw something crazy.
right. What we basically saw was, you know, before the video, you see
Yeah.
Tai Lopez all the time. Come
Yeah,
on,
all the time. You see him
coming
on
on
every YouTube
on
video.
fucking ad.
You probably saw him before this video right here, to be
Right.
honest with you.
Shit, probably.
Yeah.
So it's like we just trying to break down like, all right, where these
fuck?
niggas actually come from, and every day it seems like it's a new
There's a new
tech
guy.
entrepreneur telling you how to get money and all this shit like that, and it's just like where your origins really from. I mean, Tai
Where is it?
Lopez, I actually listen to some of his stuff. Like
Yeah.
he breaks down books in a cool way, but as far as like knowing the background of niggas and all that,
We don't really know. Like, everybody who's come out with something, we don't really know their background. Or if you hear the background of something, it's very vague, right? It's like,
oh
yeah, you know, he did some investments and then he got rich. But then you find out that the person has like rich parents or something like that, or something. It's just a path that a normal person can't go down. So now you're asking yourself questions. Well,
It's like
how's this person doing
right.
this, and this? And a lot of these people out there on YouTube, you kind of, or wherever, you'll kind of see. It's like, I did this, and this. And then you do that, and that, and it doesn't work for you, right? Because it's a certain mode that's made for a certain individual that a lot of times is not you, right? So
Right.
you can't really tell somebody, well, put your feet in these shoes and you'll be successful. That just doesn't work like that, right? Like, that could work for somebody of a different culture than it could for me, right? It's gonna be a little different, right? Because I didn't come from, I didn't come from
the bread.
yeah,
like
I didn't
that.
come
So
from
it's
that. Like, I have to figure this out, and then, you know, I live in a world to where people aren't going to tell you, but expect that you know, right? And when you try to figure it out, and you figure it out, you say, oh, well, I didn't know that. I thought you knew already, right? So then it's like you do this research, and you do the research. It's like, well, yeah, research. How about you read this book? How about blah, 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 blah? When you're just like, man, just give me the stuff. That's why a lot of times when you look at our stuff, when you ask us, we give you a direct answer.
Right.
We don't say, hey, go check this out. Go check this book out. We're like, all right, well, boom, boom. We'll answer the question for you because we love y'all. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. So it trips me out that, you know, you always see the same formula, right? Which is, let's show you some rich shit. All right, let's talk about how I got it. But I'm not gonna tell you. But then we're gonna go back to the rich shit.
It gotta be some shit that you gotta pay for.
You gotta pay for it. You gotta pay for the real shit. But it's worth it though. It's like, yo,
Right.
can I get a sample? Like, can I meet you first?
Right.
Like, what's going on with that?
Like of course, you know, everything ain't gonna be free, and you know, people gotta also make money, you know, take time to make the videos and all that shit, or like,
Yeah,
you know,
I get
you
it.
you have to know people are serious before that. But at the same time, it's like you don't really know what the real story is, what the real motivation is.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you know, not to be on no like Debbie Downer type shit. Like, oh, you can't get to that level.
Yeah,
but,
we're not saying that. Not
like,
at all.
you know, shit, niggas like that's from certain areas from the hood or wherever, like just that stigma that you have growing up in them environments. Yeah, it's really hard to break that chain. That's why I respect somebody like a Jay-Z who was like, yo, I obviously came from you know, this type of area. Now, even though Jay-Z, you know, sold drugs, you know, to be able to get to that area, to be able to like reinvest his money, but honestly, outside of either having rich parents or selling drugs, like, which way can you really like get to that? Like I'd love Gary Vee. I listen to some of his stuff. Then it's like, damn.
Hold on, let me answer that question first. Like, one of the things that you can do is get a bunch of people, have a product, and have them buy it. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's the same thing with drugs. That's the same thing with Gary Vee. That's the same thing with everybody. They're having a product and they're telling a bunch of people to buy it. Now, the thing is, you gotta look at your friends and figure out if your friends are really supportive. And if they're supportive,
Right.
they'll buy your stuff, right? So
And then you have to have friends that could even buy shit. Cause I mean, I know coming up, you know, if all your niggas is broke just based off of where you grew up or your life where niggas ain't got disposable income, so then it's like, how do you ever get there?
I feel like people got disposable income they spend on the wrong stupid shit. Like, if you buying a pair of Jordans and your rent ain't paid, you got issues. If you buying Jordans and you know what I'm saying, you got student loans, you got to think about some shit. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Shit, I mean, your whole squad might not have Jordans or like, you know what I mean? So say like, all right, he was going to spend that money on them Jordans, but he buys your product instead. That's only one nigga.
That's only one, and that's the thing. Like, that's why it's called group economics. It don't have to be to a culture, but it could be like, yo, buy. It's like what makes things that, like, friends, give me an example. Like, the reason why Jordans are important is because the marketing on it is amazing. They chose a person to represent it, which everybody thinks is the greatest. So they're like, I'm gonna spend money on them. So, but what I'm trying to get at is, don't fall in love with the hype, man. Like when I watch all these seminars and stuff, and I see like these commercials, you do all this, but then you look at it and you're just like, no, that's not how you did it. And it's all people always
be having backdoor shit.
Yeah, there's some backdoor stuff somewhere. Like, tell me the backdoor stuff. Are people always trying to push some type of? It's like they're telling you, this is the story. They're all storytellers. If you look at it, they're all storytellers. Like, there's a story that I am telling to you that you have to do when there's actually other modes. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, a whole nother
how many
factor
people say
that niggas ain't even considered.
They're not even considering, like, like, for instance, like this story. I was poor. I went to college, got poor from the fucking bed. I said, fuck that, man. This is my life, really. I said,
True story, nigga.
I said, man, I'm poor. Damn, I came up with something. Now I'm successful because I decided that I was in debt. It's like the story of, like, I was poor and now I made it. There's, like, all these steps in between it. You can't say super extreme to super extreme. I made it.
It should just happen. Like,
it just happened. It's just ridiculous because you have to train yourself to be this type of person. You have to go through trials and tribulation.
Then you have to get around the niggas who can actually get you to that level, and then even to break that barrier of entry to get around them, because they'll probably be looking at you like, you the poor nigga.
Yeah,
I ain't really fucking with you like that. So you gotta break that barrier. Get with the rich niggas. Get a rich nigga something to value to be able to be like, all right, I'm gonna invest with this. So it's just like
lot.
So many.
Like, it's so like, many things. Like, you can't be like, yo, blah blah blah. It's like you're it's like you're overselling. But I get it. But it's just kind of gets tiring, man. So all these people seeing commercials, and you're like, what the fuck?
Because it's the information age. They throwing shit left and right at you. Motherfuckers is like, yo, I'm a tech entrepreneur. Niggas is like, yeah, you a tech entrepreneur, but you can get like 50 grand from your grandfather. Yeah. Like, I ain't even got a grandfather, so I can't even get 50 grand from him.
It's like most of these businesses.
I can't get 50 grand from nobody.
It's what most of these businesses that you see, it's like they had a big, fuck Sally Mae. God, I don't even want to.
She the only bitch that gave you 50,000 and be like, all right, you just gave me back 100 now.
Here you go. Hey, give me. Oh, the government gave it to you, and you do have interest that you got to pay back. But you know what?
She didn't even give it to me. She just gave it to fucking school.
I
was like,
fuck. Man, damn it. But yeah, they don't tell you stuff like that, right? Like, they're not gonna tell you, yo, when you get your college, this is how I did it. I got my college loans, said fuck college, put into a business, and now I'm successful. They don't tell you, they just say, oh, you know what, yeah, I did this, and I flipped houses. It's like, well, how did you get to the point of flipping houses? Right?
How do you even know to flip houses?
You can't work a 9-to-5 job and all of a sudden
get enough money to flip houses. Because, I mean, shit, you could barely get enough money to pay the student loans that you got with. So it's like getting to that next, like, I mean, granted, you have to be creative and probably figure out some shit. Yeah. Fuck, if you got to live in the car. I mean, shit, my sister told me about a dude. He was like, fuck, I'm going to live in the car until I start a business. You know what I mean? He did that. I don't know how his business doing, but, you know what I mean? He did shit like that.
He's living in the car. And it's like that right there, that's outside the box, and that's how you got to do it. They're not going to take, live in your car for a year, save all the money possible, and then invest in your business, because they're too busy getting money from other people or getting money from you.
Right. Shit, because like take Facebook for example, or I mean, I don't even know the full story, but I mean, they like niggas are starting businesses. It was like, yeah, so he just got a simple, crowdfunding. He asked his family members for $30,000. I'm like, what the fuck? You just asked 30 family members for $30,000? I don't know one person in my family, unfortunately, who got $30,000 just sitting around and can be like, yo, here.
I am a black male. I asked anybody.
Ask nigga for $30. Niggas
they looking at me like, well, let's just talk a little bit. But what are you going through? It's like an emotion. It's like, I just want you to fund my
just
shit.
Give me the money.
You know what I'm saying? Just help me out. I'm not saying go do some drugs. I actually want to start a business. And it's crazy. You start seeing that a lot. Like, people aren't like, it's funny, like, the people that know you don't support you, but the people that don't know you are going to support you. Right. So they don't talk about stuff like that. They talk about like, well, you just
ask your people for the money and start your business. I'm like, what if all your people broke? What if all your, I mean, it's just life situation. Like, it's easier for people who maybe grew up in, the tech space. Their parents used to do some shit with the web, Silicon Valley. So it's like, all right, if I ask my parents' friends for, money, they'll be like, oh, that's Johnny from down the street. He wants to start a business. All right, let's all pull in and give him $60,000 to start his business.
But you have to be in that group.
And you gotta be in that group. And
you gotta be in that circle.
And unfortunately, us coming, I don't want to say black, but I mean, shit. A lot of black people don't really have that kind of disposable income. So it's like, how do you even get to that point to start? And then there's also the fact that, like, if I start, I really got to make the shit work, because ain't like I can run back to, my dad company, or I can't run back over here and be like, all right, this is cool. Like, I'm going to try some shit. If it don't work out, I can just do something else, or I can go work with my dad, because dad broke
There's no
too.
backup.
There's no backup. So it's like,
there's no back.
Niggas
So,
be scared to even start shit.
yeah, and that's why, like, the thing about these is kind of like, I get it, but it's like there's so much more to it than what we see, right? Like, I would love to sit down with them and have an interview and say, blah blah blah, but explain it to me, and shout out to them if you know them, but I'm just trying to understand it, man. Like, right. I just really I feel like there is this middle section. Cause like
this whole big ass blank spot that you
because I'm in LA, bro. I'm still waiting for somebody to give me some money like that, like, and I can't be like, well, Mom, can you help me out with rent? Mom's gonna be like, what the fuck, like, you chose to be out there. Why like, are you doing it?
Like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, even being in California, like, if I had 100%, if I could just sit down and focus on, all right, boom, I could, write this movie, have it done. I can, focus on going. Like, my parents told me to go to school to get some, bread. Like, it wasn't like go to school so you can do what you want to do. It was like go to school to do some shit that'll make you some money. Right. But it's like, damn, I mean, I want to do this shit, but I got to do this shit to make the money, because even if I want to do this shit, I got to have the money to support it, because I can't just go and get a loan from anybody to be able to start some shit. Then maybe if it don't work out, then I can go get some more money, or I can have a connect, or even from a connection standpoint, like, I know cats, it'd be Jewish cats, other people from other communities and all that. They got people at companies where you'd be like, all I gotta do is make this, and then I could get it to point B, but all I gotta do is make it first. So then that kind of builds a mentality like, all right, as long as I'm on the right track, I can at least be successful. But it's like, fuck, niggas, like, here, if I make it, who's to even say I can even get it to point B? But we don't even know nobody. You
don't know nobody at point B. But it's like, and that's the thing about having the resources that you need, And that's the stuff they probably won't tell you. Like, yo, you need some resources of people with resources, and you got a network.
You got to go out and find them, because they not in your family, or they not with people So now you got to put on his face.
You got to put on his face. You got to talk to him. You got to make it happen. So it's just like stuff like that they don't really show you. So I just wanted to like talk about that, or we want to talk about that a little bit. Don't be so by the hype, man. That's pretty much it, man.
And this ain't no like negative, like we putting it down. Like shit
is
possible.
Fuck that, we putting it down. I'm saying what the fuck I feel. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that.
Shit is possible, but it's
like, we live in a world now where it's just like you can't say what the fuck's on your mind. Like, yo, I'ma say what's on my mind. Y'all deal with it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you love me, you love me. If you hate me, you hate me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you want to hear somebody's opinion about some shit, then you hear somebody's opinion about some shit, right? That's what it comes down to, right? So True. It's like, I don't mean it, man. This is how I feel, and I'm gonna tell you personally how I feel.
Hey, that is what. Hey,
I mean, like, it's like we live in. I mean, we had an age right now. It's like, why even shit. If I said it, it is what it is. Like that, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Y'all let me know down below.
Word.
It is what it is.
That's just one topic from the Two Educated podcast, man. I mean, we're gonna have a lot more for y'all. Let us know how y'all feel about it, all that good shit like that, and we'll have more topics for you, man.
Yeah, man. So, Peace.
Peace.